shining.
I'm trying to wrap this point up, and it's starting to get hard to do. All right, everyone. Welcome to the first ever segment of the Hot Ones Real Estate Style with me, your host, Christopher Ortiz. And our guest today, we have Brad Wilkinson, broker and owner of BW&CO Real Estate. Brad, thank you for having us.
How you guys doing?
Thanks for coming on board.
Absolutely. Excited for it.
How you feeling?
Feeling hot and spicy.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to give you a little breakdown of what we got going on here. Okay, so directly in front of us, we have 5 wings, okay? If you look over here to our left, we have 5 different sauces. Progressively left to right, they're going to go from mild, super mild, mild, hot, very hot, extreme.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we're going to do it one thing at a time. I have some questions already here on my index cards for you, so we're going to take it one step at a time. If you do come to a point where you panic, on the 3rd, 4th, or 5th hot wing, we have water to your right. We have milk to our left, and in a big case of emergency, we also have some donuts.
Wow, this is awesome.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, but that's only
You
if it's an
recommend the water or
emergency.
the milk?
Probably the milk.
10-4.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
All right, without further ado, here we go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and load up my first wing. I'm going to ask you the question, and you can start thinking of your answer.
All
So
righty.
put a little dab in there. So this first hot sauce we have here, Bradley, is Valentina.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and mild.
This is like real Mexican hot
This
sauce.
is the real Mexican hot. It even says it on the label, actually.
Yeah,
if
it
you
literally
get that.
says that.
Exactly.
I'm making that up.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead and put a little dabble on there. And it's up to you if you want to eat the whole wing, if it's that good, or if you want to just take a bite, that's fine. Just make sure you get the hot sauce. No cheating. Okay?
All right, I can do that.
Okay. So, Brad, we are coming up very closely on the 1-year anniversary of not only BW&CO Real Estate, but we're also coming up on the 1 year of you being a broker. How do you feel?
Feel good.
Feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah, overall?
Yeah.
The experience has been pretty good. Anything kind of...
No complaints. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say I'm about a 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 being happy, you're content.
10 being like
what you imagined.
10 being everything's perfect, you know?
Gotcha.
I'm like
okay.
an 8.
Okay.
So yeah.
What do you think about this first hot sauce?
Honestly, it tastes more like it's very mild.
Very mild, huh?
It's like makes salsa feel hot.
I agree with you on that one. Pretty good.
Good flavor. Mm-hmm. I've had it before on other stuff, but it's good on wings. So you make these wings?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Solid
I did.
wings.
Not too bad.
The
Thank
crisp level is perfect.
On par.
You can't hear it, but you can feel it. You know?
Believe it or not, those were baked, not fried.
Wow.
So these are in a way kind of good for you, you know?
All right, I can dig it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was solid. That was child's play though. That was pretty easy.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I guess
Let's
without
turn-
further
let's
ado,
turn
let's
up a
just...
little
Okay, there we go. All right, so Bradley, this second hot sauce we have here is a good traditional Frank's Red Hot. Everybody knows
Good
what
old
Frank's,
classic
good
American
old classic,
hot sauce,
right?
brother.
Good heavy,
Hell yeah.
heavy hitter. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna load up mine first. We'll go and have you load yours up, and I'm gonna ask you the second question. Okay?
You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
It's gonna make me sound like such a bro, but when I used to be like on a strict diet when I was going to the gym and stuff all the time, I used to just eat like chicken and rice and broccoli like every bro did.
Yeah.
And it
same
would
here.
get so boring that like you had to put something on it, and I used to always put this on it to make it like
Oh yeah,
taste like that. So I just have like a nostalgic with Frank's Red Hot of just like shitty chicken and rice. So hopefully this will be a little bit better.
I agree. When you're done with the hot sauce, go ahead and put it back in formation. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
apologize, Captain. I will not happen again.
All right, Bradley. Go ahead and take go ahead and bite of that second wing there. And I'm going to read off your second question. All right, Brad. In your opinion, what makes, in your experience so far as a broker, what makes a great leader?
Wow. I think I'm still figuring that one out for sure. I think a pretty generic answer, but from what I can tell, I think like the best leaders like lead by doing. Right. So like the best leaders will sweep the floor. The best leaders will take the trash out. Like the best leaders would never ask their people on their team to do something they wouldn't do.
I agree.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm still definitely figuring that one out. I'm sure there's a lot of specifics, and I'll have a better answer for you as time goes on because I'm still just kind of learning the ropes with it. But that's at least what I try to pride myself on is like never do anything that I
Would never do anything you wouldn't do as an employee, kind of thing.
Dude, that's why you're my
No,
that's why
I
you're
like
my
that.
brother. You can finish my
I respect
sentences.
that honestly because
Yeah.
you know, there's a difference between a boss and a leader. A
Sure.
boss bosses people around. Go do the floors. Go sweep the floors.
Feet
go,
up on the desk.
Yeah,
Yep.
go start the tracker. Go do this. Go do that. Whereas a leader, you lead. You actually are in front of the people, saying, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. Follow me."
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. No, I think
I agree with that. I like that.
I think that's the only way to lead, honestly, because you can lead the other way, but eventually, like people are gonna be like, "Fuck this guy."
Much respect.
Right?
Much respect. And I think you'll definitely earn a lot more of that in the years to come.
Much love, brother.
Okay. Before we move on, what do you think of that second one?
Different flavor, really not any hotter, just a different flavor than the first one.
I think it's
I
time.
honestly kind of like the flavor of the first one better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little Mexi wing.
I was gonna say it's the ever since I married a Mexican, I think it's the Mexican by association, as my wife says, that I have in me. Now I'm kind of going towards that around the old Frank's Red Hot. So
Here it is in history. You're going down. You're turning into a Mexican before our eyes. It's awesome.
hold on for the cameras though. We still got Old Glory on the back, everybody.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so we still know where number one is at the heart.
Oh, I love it.
That ain't country, I'll kiss your ass. Let's go.
Let's bleep that ass part up, okay? All right. Okay. Without further ado, ready to move on to the third one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're still feeling good.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go ahead and load this puppy here up.
Make sure when you're done, you put it back in the right order.
Yes, sir. I definitely will. Okay. So for this third wing, this sauce is a mango habanero, another good classic. But now we're gonna kind of start bumping up the heat a little bit.
All right.
The third and the fourth wing is gonna kind of put us to the challenge.
Habanero peppers are no joke, right?
Habaneros. I mean, they're hot. They're spicy. It's definitely not as spicy as the scorpion.
The ghost pepper.
The ghost pepper,
That's
the
the nasty
scorpion.
one I'm thinking
Exactly.
of. Okay.
Okay, so notice how I did a pretty decent dabble there. You got to keep up with me, Brad. Yeah, go ahead and don't be shy. Hold her up there. Don't forget to put it back in formation. Okay. Wow, have you noticed that we haven't touched our donuts or the milk or the water yet? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but let's see.
Very true, very true. Before I ask you the question on my index card, go ahead and take a bite. But who do you think is going to be the first of you and me to take a sip of the milk or the water? I think it's going to be you.
I do too.
I love the honesty. Let's keep that honesty progressing. Oh, I heard ooh. I'm right behind you, but let me ask the question first, okay? So question number 3. You left a brokerage before you came here and started BW&CO Real Estate, right? Why did you leave that other brokerage and that corporate style mentality and business model? Why did you do that?
Honestly, didn't plan on leaving. I don't think it was something to where I always had this plan of I got to get out of here because it's horrible and go and start something else. I think it was just as I progressed more and honestly got kind of over just every sale kind of being very similar and just sale after sale kind of thing. I think that I kind of started to notice that I was enjoying training and coaching agents more than I was actually doing deals. And so I think that's what kind of initially sparked the idea for me to set up the brokerage and kind of build it out to where I could be more of a coach than an agent. So I know that probably doesn't answer your question directly, but I think I know now looking back on it, what happened is that this kind of just came about simply because I was getting just caught up in the day-to-day of real estate, and I just felt there was a better way to do it. And so this kind of just came about by basically everything that I felt that could be a little bit different, a little bit better, a little bit in my perfect world, how would I want it? And I always just kind of thought those were complaints low-key. But then I was eventually why can't I just do it myself and start it? And so this just kind of blossomed.
I love it.
So yeah, just kind of it honestly just kind of happened, dude. If you would ask me even 2 years ago, if we'd be doing this right now, I would not have thought that.
Wow.
But it just kind of it goes how it goes. So you just keep rolling with the punches.
I love it.
Yeah.
Speaking of roll the punches, you ready to roll on to the fourth wing?
Damn, that was a nice transition, brother. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. That one definitely was spicier.
A little spicier. We're trying to pick it up. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Okay, great.
See what the next one's got in store.
Okay, so for wing number 4, the sauce we have here is a creamy style ghost pepper wing sauce.
Ooh, the ghost pepper. This is what I was just talking about.
You caught that part, huh? Yeah, so now we're going to start kind of bumping up the, what is it, when you describe something, how hot it is? The skull?
There's a scale for that.
The scale, yeah. I forget
what it's
the
called.
name is. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and just
Oh my gosh, man, you are not holding back.
No.
Wow, now I don't.
Oh, that is a little extensive. That is a little extensive. I got a little.
See, I'm gonna pretend like I'm squirting more, but I'm really just kind of rubbing it around. But I'm gonna put it back in formation.
Yeah, let's go put it back in formation.
But that's still a decent little amount, huh?
Yeah, I think so. We haven't touched our waters yet either. Okay.
Go for my bite.
Go ahead and go for your bite. Enjoy that. And I'm gonna go ahead and read off the next question. Okay. So, in the real estate industry overall, being in it almost 5-6 years now, maybe 7. Give me one thing you love, that you truly love about the industry, and then give me one thing that you hate about the industry. Now, that's a strong word, but we're going to keep this entertaining and authentic and genuine. So I'll just kind of reiterate that while you let that.
So far, nothing's hit, but I have a feeling this is going to be
a little delayed kind of heat. Yeah,
so I'm gonna get talking.
So the ones that hit you first, usually that's just paired with the vinegar, and that's just going to automatically do that to you. Those are the weak ones.
Are you talking more so now? It's just marinating more before
Yeah,
I get my
exactly.
answer out?
Yeah.
So
Now I'm just throwing stuff at you.
one thing I hate, one thing I don't like.
One thing you love about the industry, and one thing you hate about the industry. And as you do that, as you answer, I'm gonna take my bite now.
Champion. Oh yeah, this is sneaking up on me a little bit now. Whew. All right. One thing I like about the industry is the amount of ways there are to make money. I think a lot of people don't. Oh, this is sneaking up on me. I think a lot of people don't understand. They think when you get your real estate license that you just become like a real estate agent. You sell houses, you make money, and that's it. Oh my God, this is starting to creep up on me now. Okay. You can tell I'm talking faster.
You were saying?
Basically, that is not the only way to make money in real estate, and that's what's so cool about it to me is you can become like a referral agent. Some people call them, to where like you just know a lot of people, you have your license, you have a connection with an agent, and then you refer them business, and you take a cut of the deal just for giving them a lead. Basically, you can get into property management, you can get into rentals, you can get into commercial, you can get into residential. Like there is just so much about this business to where you can make money hands on, hands off, passively, actively, and that's what I think is so cool. So that's my favorite thing about the business. I'm holding out strong right now, dude. My lips are talking. The thing I hate about the business, and honestly, like why I started BW&CO, is I hate the like real estate robot is kind of like what we call it, where like you're expected to look away, dress away, talk away, drive a certain car. Like you're expected to just fit inside this mold when you're a real estate agent that got set up from like the past, I guess, just like the generics of how it was in the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Sure.
And I just don't like how real estate doesn't have any kind of like human brand behind it, basically, is how I describe it. Like when you walk into most big corporate real estate offices, you walk in and I don't ever get a feeling of like, what are the agents that work here? Like, what are they like? What's their vibe? What are they into? What are their hobbies? What do they do on the weekends? What do they like to do for fun? Like when you walk into most big brokerages, it feels like you're walking into a hospital or like a doctor's office. Like you feel like you're supposed to be quiet. You feel like you're supposed to not ask too many questions and just kind of sit there and like wait until you're called upon. And like, I just never felt that that was a way for people that are going to buy or sell one of their biggest assets, that they should be coming into an environment with that type of energy, like on edge. They should be walking in being excited and feeling like they're walking into taking a class and they could ask any question that they want. So anyway, that's something that I definitely don't like, and that I know that we are changing and going to continue to change, is the perception of real estate and the industry as a whole, and kind of bringing that humanized shift a little bit to it. So when you work with us, like you can tell, we're way more casual. We wear t-shirts, we wear flip-flops, we wear hats. Like we're not going out there in the middle of August wearing suits just so we can look professional. Because we can still look professional and provide professional type service to our clients, and in my opinion, be more relatable to them by wearing a polo and a ball cap and shooting the shit and literally saying shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's the authentic in person and you wanting to
that's
say
how
the
I
word
would talk to
shit.
you, right?
Exactly.
Outside of any type of business, that's how I would talk to you.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't understand why people shift the perception and go into business mode. Like my wife used to joke about like how real estate agents have a real estate voice. Whenever they talk to somebody, it's like their whole personality, their whole persona shifts. Why?
100%.
You should talk to them just like you talk to your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, anybody else. And we've noticed that like that just creates the best, most curated, most like organic types of relationships that then just runs off referral. It's super simple, but it's also super complicated. But anyway, so those are my two things.
That's so true, though. That is so true. When you get that call, when you're in front of somebody, your persona, everything changes. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you breathe,
everything.
The way you lock in eye contact and maintain that. Wow.
And if you think that you have to wear a suit and not cuss in order to close a deal, that's what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I like that.
So, cool.
Wow, well said.
Man, dude, that was a tough one to get through.
I'm really curious to see how this last one's going to be.
Whew. My lips are still...
Yeah, a little bit. It wasn't horrible, but...
It wasn't horrible, but it definitely wasn't easy.
Okay, well, without further ado, shall we move on to the
big dog?
To the final one?
Let's do it.
All right, so for this final sauce, Bradley, this is made by Bravado Spice Co. This is the Black Garlic Carolina Reaper.
The Reaper.
The Reaper.
That's a scary name,
give us one little shake.
Can you like read something off that label for us that might like scare us a little bit? Is there anything on there like remove oil stains off the driveway?
Also can remove oil stains, streak oil stains off driveway.
Are you serious?
Those are clears there.
What's it gonna do to my stomach lining?
Keep out of reach of children. Carolina Reaper.
It actually says keep out of reach of children.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It does not. Damn. I was trying to bluff you. Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on, I always am keeping you on your toes.
Okay.
Can I take a swig of milk before we start?
I mean, that's up to you.
No, because we have a competition.
I mean, yeah, 100%. I would love to win the competition.
I'm going to see how long I can go. Good point.
Okay. There you are. you're a big garlic guy. You smoke meats. You have garlic in your diet.
What does it have to do with hot sauce, though?
There's garlic in it.
Better question. What does this have to do with us selling more houses?
Well, if we can
I'm
handle,
gonna flip the script on you. I got a question for you now.
if we can handle the heat of this and on camera, I think we could probably do anything. We said our
Wow,
minds to.
that was a quick, good answer.
Like that?
We didn't even script that either. That was
No,
good.
we didn't.
All right.
I'm gonna let you take a I'm gonna let you take a bite of that bad boy while I read off the last question. Okay.
All right. Let's do this.
All right.
Here we go.
I see you just looking in your way of attacking. Oh boy. Okay. So in this industry, there's been a past, and we're always going to have it as anybody grows. There's going to be a lot of shade, jealousy, a lot of hate, a lot of just overall negativity that we have to endure on social media, sometimes in person, blah 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 blah. What do you make of it? What do you make of it, and how do you deal with that as a business owner? Not even as a business owner, but also as a leader. And to teach the other agents and the people that are work with us. How do you overcome that? How do you deal with the hate and the jealousy and keep progressing without it hindering your motivation and that flame beneath you, if that makes sense?
Yeah. It hasn't hit me yet, dude.
Oh, that's usually not a good
That's not
thing.
a good sign,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, when it's that delayed, you're in for a treat.
All right, let me get talking then.
I recommend it. I'm going to take mine as you answer your question, okay?
Go for it.
Okay.
So a couple things with that. I think that I think that people have to be able to differentiate. Like, if you're saying shade, you're kind of saying like haters, right? Like people that are like talking shit,
Negative
people that are,
comments
like,
on the social
just negative
posts.
things.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think I remember when I first got in the industry like 5 or 6 years ago, there was this big thing about like haters on social, right? And like you just have haters, and like there's just people that are gonna hate on you, and what's like the saying, like if you don't hate me because you ain't me or whatever. Like
Sure.
I remember like all these sayings used to go around, and I think that there is definitely some truth to that. There's definitely like trolls. There's definitely like haters, sip the haterade, like I'm saying, all the sayings.
Sure.
But with that being said, I also think that you have to be able to differentiate and draw the line and be able to like look at something or some type of comment or some type of negative feedback and realize like, is there actually any type of truth in this that I could use to better myself? Or are these people just being an asshole? Or is this person just being an asshole, right? Because it's really easy if somebody says something that hurts your feelings, but legitimately you know it's true and you probably do need to work on that to become better at or more proficient at whatever you're trying to do.
Correct.
To me, that's not a hater. That's somebody actually like calling out, like depending on the way they do it,
Sure.
right? I guess that's what I should put the asterisk on. Like if somebody's a complete asshole to you and they're just like, hey, you suck, right? Like you can move on from that. But if somebody actually has some criticism and the reason that you're feeling like they might be a hater is because it's just maybe given your ego a little bit of a bruise because that was a point you didn't notice. You see sweat beads running down my head yet?
Yeah.
It's coming.
You're slowly shining. You're slowly shining.
I'm trying to wrap this point up and it's starting to get harder to do. But basically, like, that's all I'm trying to say is that I think that there's a thing to where people sometimes, rather than looking at their own self in the mirror and saying, like, you know what, I actually could get better at that, that's a decent point, they'll just say, fuck them, they're a hater. And then they feel it because then that gives them an excuse and they'll have to do the work and get better at what that person's actually saying as constructive criticism. Sure. But you can also take that too far, and I'm guilty of it sometimes, of literally somebody saying something, oh my God, I just swallowed. And you take it too far, and then you end up diving yourself into this big long hole and believing everything somebody says when there's actually no truth to it, and it's more about them than it is about you or anything.
Sure.
Right? So to wrap it up, I would say that you take the feedback, you take it in doses, and you have to get really good at looking in the mirror and being able to say, is this something that could make me better, and take away the negative aspect of like what that person is saying from like throwing shade standpoint and use it as constructive criticism. But then also, if there is no constructive criticism to take from it, then realize that they are probably just a hater, move on, and if they're talking about you, they're gaining your business momentum, they're gaining your business traction, they're spreading your word of mouth without you having to do it, and so you don't lose either way, in my opinion. So it's definitely something that's way easier said than done, and you have to develop that thick skin to get over that kind of stuff. And I'm still definitely figuring that out, as I think everybody is. But I kind of look at it as trail crumbs and little trail clues. And if the people that are saying those types of things negatively about me aren't doing more than me, or I don't respect the position that they're in, then to me it's basically like they're a fat personal trainer giving me advice on how to work out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to take advice from somebody that doesn't look the way that I want to look from a physical standpoint. I'm not going to take advice from somebody that doesn't run their business the way that I want my business to be ran, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I think you take advice from everybody, but like I said, you take it with a grain of salt, and you just make sure that you're looking at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and realizing, is this feedback actually for me, or is that feedback actually more so for the person that's saying it for themselves?
You ask 10 different questions, 10 different people, you'll always get 10 different answers.
That's for sure facts.
Well said. How you feeling?
Good, dude. Honestly, better than I thought.
Yeah?
Yeah, like my tongue and mouth and lips are on fucking fire right now, but
You look cool as a cucumber.
Do I?
For what it's worth, yeah.
like ice cold.
Yeah, I mean, you are shining a little bit. You're getting a little red.
You're shining a little bit too.
Your nose looks like a little Rudolph a little bit.
It wasn't bad, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm probably have sweat stains
Yeah.
because when we were coming in here, I was literally like nervous, dude. I was like, what are we gonna get into? I heard all these things about it takes oil off the driveway, and I'm like, last night even, I was having a hard time going to bed, but
That's funny.
we did it. Not too
We
bad.
did it. Well, I mean, we didn't. Not that we needed it, but I mean, as a congratulations.
Let's go.
Want to share a piece of
the donut? Yeah,
donut with me?
absolutely.
Supposed to take
yeah.
off the heat a little bit. I want to try the pink one. I've never had a pink donut before.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Good job.
Appreciate it. That was awesome. It was fun.
Oh, instantly kind of takes off the heat a little bit.
It's very good. So we didn't even need milk. We didn't even need water.
No.
So next time we do this, we'll do it with 2 of the agents. We're gonna scrap all these sauces. We're gonna put this one at the start on the left, and we're gonna find 5 new ones.
I agree.
Online,
I
we're gonna
agree.
find the nastiest, most
I agree.
honest
I think
ones
we
ever.
should.
And I'll tell them like, it wasn't that bad. It was definitely hot, whatever.
Yeah,
But we're gonna tip the scale on them. So
I like that.
we'll keep that one for the next one.
All right, that's gonna be episode number 2. Everybody, stay tuned.
Cool. The most awkward wrap up ever.
Oh, this one's doing a wrap up.
You can do a wrap up still, yeah.